You need to, Craig, what you need to do, you need to stop having these late nights. You need to stop being so defiant, quite honestly.
Oh, I just can't help it because I'm unleashed.
Hello there guys, and of course, welcome back into yet another Movasta Review Bros. My name's Aaron.
My name's Craig.
And today, of course, comes again another pre-workout review, and this one is a hyped one. It's one of our long-standing favourites in terms of the branding, the pre-workouts they produced in the past. What's it called though?
It is called Muscle Force Unleashed V2, otherwise known as Defiant Unleashed in the past, right?
Absolutely. Some websites and people are calling it Defiant Unleashed. However, it doesn't actually say the word Defiant anywhere on the tub, nor does it on their official website. So is it Unleashed or is it Defiant Unleashed? Well, ultimately, two are the same. They argue this is version 2 of Defiant Unleashed, which was one of the best pre-workouts to memory, wasn't it?
Yeah, we've enjoyed all their products on the whole.
Is this going to do the same as we go through the usuals?
Taste, price, label and effects all coming at you. Will it be your next pre-workout?
Let's find out now. And all we ask in return is please do, of course, thumbs up, drop your comments down below, and don't forget to subscribe for all these honest reviews to hopefully push you into your 2024 goals. Let's go.
Let's unleash the beast. Okay guys, we're into that first segment, taste and mixability. The least important, but we like to cover it anyway, as we like to say. And the one we've got is Rainbow Sherbet, which is probably the one we'd have chosen anyway.
It is. I can see it coming in 2 other flavours, which to be fair sound pretty good as well. So it comes in blueberry lemonade, and the other flavour is green sour apple watermelon. So yeah, we would have chosen Rainbow Sherbet. We love our candy flavours.
We do.
Obviously, we'd hoping for some good things here. An interesting colour, a light pinkish tinge to it, with a mixability scale of...
Very good.
Yeah, pretty solid. Pretty solid. Anyway, let's see what it tastes like. We're hoping for good things. Cheers. I was a bit worried about it actually for some reason.
Really?
I was, I don't know why. When I saw light colours and that sort of colour, I've always thought, I've never known a good tasting pre-workout that's that colour.
You thought it was going to be bitter and chemically, didn't you?
I did. Which there is a bit of that there though.
Very mild, yeah.
There's a bit of like, bitter nastiness on the back.
It tastes like molten down pink Frutella for me. Blended up.
It's more like strawberry candy, isn't it?
Yeah.
I do like it, but there is still that bitterness there that's getting stronger as each sip goes. I mean, it's not bad.
On first taste, it's really good, but then it does go slightly downhill.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
It's okay.
It's not sour, is it really? It's more sweet.
It is more sweet and bitter.
Yeah.
Sweet and bitter. 3, 2, 1, 7.
8 out of 10. Oh, okay. We'll meet in the middle.
It's a reasonable score.
Yeah.
Least important. Let's move into the price point of this one.
Right, we're into price. So what are you going to be paying to pick up this rather premium looking product? Well, you head over to nutricartel.com where you can use code reviewbros. You can pick it up for $42.46, right?
Absolutely. That discount code is 15% off and it works at anything over at NutriCartel's website, so it's worth having a look around, right? We found it to be slightly cheaper here than the official Muscle Force website. It's actually Muscle Force Direct that sent it to us, so thank you to those guys over there. Now, price per serving, you get 20 servings per the container. It's not one of these 40-20, it just is 20. So, you know, commendations there where they're not trying to be like, have half a dinner.
Yeah.
One of those, isn't it? Now, you do the math on it, guys, it comes in at $2.12 per the serving. UK guys, if you used to get hold of it very easily without any shipping fees or any of that malarkey, it would come in at just £1.67 per go. Now, most of our viewers here know we've got a consistent pricing scale that compares these serving prices for pre-workouts literally across all the continents of the world. And a 5 out of 10 doesn't sound great, but that is average, right? This one comes in at a 5 out of 10. It's averagely priced, which we got to say, we got quite excited with the name of it, the history of it, the hype of it, the ingredients of it, the look of it. I thought it was going to be more expensive than that. Let's now move into the label. What is she packing for that cash point?
Let's get into this label then. So 17.3 grams serving amount, which is probably slightly above your typical. First up, L-citrulline, 4 grams.
Yeah, a little bit lower than we typically see, but I don't think they're going down this route on its own with the pumps, nitric oxide production and vascularity benefits.
Indeedy, and it does actually, you mentioned this to me, they recommend stacking this product with Obedient and Creagains to sort of fill in all the gaps of the label.
Absolutely, yeah.
So that might be why they haven't dosed it above 4 grams, but I digress. Beta-alanine, 3.2 grams.
Yeah, that's good. That's the clinical dosage of the itchy tingle ingredient. Of course, helps endurance down the line.
Absolutely. L-tyrosine, 2 grams.
Yeah, good dosage, double the typical. It's the amino acid responsible for cognition and clarity and hopefully some mood boosting benefits.
Nice. Taurine, 1 gram.
That will help with natural energy production, hydration and electrolyte balance.
Pink Himalayan salt at a very specific dose, 640 milligrams.
Yeah, that is a random. That's a high dose, I know at that. It's obviously in there for endurance benefits, muscular contraction benefits, pump benefits. Jack of all trade, really.
Nice to see it. Then we've got alpha GPC, 600 milligrams.
Yeah, good. A choline type for more focus and cognition benefits.
Lovely. Theobromine at 400 milligrams.
Yeah, big dosage. We normally only see that about 100 to 200, really, typically speaking. It's obviously in there for a bit more of an energy production and a mood boost.
Lovely. Then we've got natural caffeine anhydrous from coffee bean, 300 milligrams.
Yeah, good dosage, good source because it's not from the synthetic version. So normally when we speak about this, it's a smoother type of caffeine than the synthetic versions.
Healthier feeling. Then we've got methylliberine as dynamine, 250 milligrams.
Yeah, which has similar properties to caffeine. It gives you an energy, a prolonged version of energy without raising the blood pressure or heart rate.
Lovely. Then we've got caffeine as caffeine citrate, 100 milligrams, yielding 50 milligrams caffeine.
Yeah, good. Now that's an instantaneous form of caffeine, really, in terms of digestion rate. So it's going to give you a quick hit of energy.
Lovely. Estrogen, 50 milligrams.
Yeah, for your absorption of these ingredients, which is really important in that 30-minute window we have.
Toothed club moss, aka Hooperzia serrata, 1.5 milligrams, or 15 milligrams, sorry, this label's so small.
Yeah, which will probably work out 150 micrograms, which will again give you some focus benefits, some learning benefits, cognition, clarity, coordination, get you in the zone.
Lovely. Then we wrap off with Alpha Yo, 1.5 milligram.
Yeah, which is probably a really good dosage. Between 1 and 1.5 gives you a superior level of energy, adrenaline precursor, get you fired up, get you amped up, even help with pumps and all round, and hopefully won't come with some of the negatives that higher dosages can bring.
Good to see it, right? What do you think of that label?
I like it. It's going in all areas. Obviously, as all companies are doing these days, it's a sad thought to realise that we're moving away from those, and you know what we're talking about, those euphoric focus highness ingredients and moving into the energy and stimulation of the alpha yos and caffeine dosages.
Absolutely. So will it fare for the better? Let's find out in the effects.
Okay, we're into the effects of this one. It's Muscle Force, Defiant Unleashed, or however you want to say it. They're coming in saying it's version 2. I can't help but feel like we need to put some fears to bed.
Go on, tell them.
We often find, unfortunately, in this world, it's a sad, desolate world sometimes, that version 2s, version 3s, revamps, restatements, whatever you want to call them, right? Reiterations of past pre-workouts, past legends, often they fall short of experiences in the past. And that the very, very, very simple reason is this. They either want to go mainstream and appeal to a much bigger audience and be eligible to do so via regulations. Regulations come down hard on ingredients and they force them out of the pre-workout world as time goes on. The formula on this is no different. They've had to remove the 2-amino. One of our good friends, DMHA, you know, it's gone. And that goes in a lot of pre-workouts, doesn't it? A lot. And therefore, unfortunately, they're not normally as good as they once were. You know, there's examples of that out there. I won't go into who they are, but it's a sad, like I say, a sad, desolate world sometimes. Now, let's start at the beginning of the experience on this one, though.
Yeah. So, beta-alanine, it's in here, and it kicks in strong and consistently strong in terms of, you feel it for quite a long time, don't you?
It was really good beta-alanine. 9 out of 10 for me on that tingle scale. Itching all over the body to a point like where you're like, really, really gives you that sense of urgency. We love it. We love it. And it's dependent on if you like beta-alanine or not as to whether you like it. 80% of people like it. 70, 80%. And that's through the history of what we've done with the channel. Now, what comes in next is actually, I've got to be honest, it's something that we didn't expect, right? Tell them.
I'll tell you.
Tell them.
All right, so obviously the energy comes in shortly after the beta-alanine kicks in. Half an hour, you feel your heart rate go up, your sense of urgency and alertness starts to come in. But what also comes in shortly after that half an hour window was a nice, pleasantly surprised level of focus. A level that might have you questioning that there is something a little bit more.
I am questioning it. I tell you now, guys, I am questioning it. It gives you a focus above that of alpha GPC, above that of tyrosine. What we've both said is it feels like 50 milligrams to 100 milligrams of the DM nice stuff.
Yeah, not to say by any stretch that we think that it's in there or it's spiked or anything.
No, but it just feels like that.
So somehow they've managed to get that feeling to come through, perhaps with synergy of ingredients.
Perhaps that toothed club moss be coming through.
Yeah, high potency.
But it gives you that feeling of something.
Tunnel vision, productive, in the zone.
Yeah, quite similar actually, I would argue, to V1. It's just something. And there's other reasons we think there's something. It's because there's an elevated level of thirst, a bit of appetite suppression. But I would argue, yes, the focus and the dialed inness onto your training is very good.
Savage pumps in the gym and the bedroom. Wolf pump.
Now, what would we say is in line with that focus?
Energy. Energy was actually very good. You know, partly down to all that caffeine, partly down to the alpha yo that's in there at 1.5 milligrams, which we find to be the limit before you get, you know, the tipping point before you start to get too many negatives come through. We got a little bit of negatives, very minor though, but not enough to impact our training.
You more so.
Mainly me, but it gave us the buzz, it gave us the energy kick to get a good session done, didn't it?
Yeah, really good. And I'll be honest, falling behind that ever so slightly was those pumps, which were still good.
Respectable.
They were still good. I understand that you could stack in the obedient for more pump ingredients. I do. I really do. Overall, it was a really nice package. Truth be told, we know that they've got some reputable history behind them. But as I mentioned at the very start of this effects segment, we had fears that it wouldn't pull through because there's been other occasions where hyped brands who have made fantastic pre-workouts in the past are forced, by the way, not chosen, are forced to remove that special sauce.
And what's often left as an option after you remove the special sauce is, okay, what other elements can we ramp up? It does generally go down the route of caffeine and alpha yo. And luckily, Muscle Force have known when to say enough's enough. They haven't put too much caffeine, too much alpha yo. They've put in a sweet spot on
Yeah,
that,
I really enjoyed this one. I really did. It's not for beginners. It's actually stronger than the label suggests. That is very important to say. Definitely stronger than the label suggests.
Tipping into stim junkie territory. It's got its feet in the water.
For me, it is into that stim junkie realm. It's not a daily use product. It's not. I still would only use it 2 or 3 times a week. I just would.
Yeah.
Because, like I say, it definitely feels like something next level.
I don't think Stim Junkies would call it strong though.
No.
Do you? You
no,
would just
I wouldn't
call
say
it
they were strong.
decent.
Yeah. Would we buy it? Yes. Should you buy it? If that sounds right to you, of course, yes.
Unless you hate Alpha Yo, because you do feel it to a degree. It's just not extreme.
No. Absolutely not. I'd argue it feels like 1.5. It feels accurate.
Yeah, and it is worth that price point. That's worth mentioning. It's an average price product, but it performs above average.
I actually forgot about that. 1,000% worth the price point. A pleasant surprise. A really good pre-workout that sings the tune of all the areas that we look for.
Absolutely. Focus, pump, energy, all sitting nicely above average.
Yeah.
Solidly.
Yeah, it's one of them, guys. It is one of them.
And what category would you put it in between avoid, shortlist and buy?
Buy.
Buy. There we have it. If that's what you're after. If you like high focus, a little bit of Alpha Yo, and you're in the realm of your Stim Junkie prees, there we have it.
There we have it. Guys, Muscle Force, fantastic work. V2, check it on out if you haven't already. Drop your comments down below if you've used it. We'd like to see what your experiences are. And at this stage, we always say it. Of course,
always,
stay
stimmed.
This'll do it.